Yay. All right. So welcome, welcome, welcome. You will get the audio of this in recording, so you'll be able to visit it again and again. And there'll be two parts. You'll get one, which is the class that we're about to go into. It's just going to explain to your brain, to your body, to your reasoning, like what is about to happen as you go into the inner child healing and integration. So if you are just listening to the replay, my name is Dr. Lisha Antiqua, and this is an experience that helps to reintegrate your memory, your childhood, and the stages of life that sometimes when we were raised or we had to grow up too fast or were in struggle, we missed out on elements of being a child, being innocent, being free of worry and responsibility. And we can reclaim those because it's energy, it's vibration. So as we go through this first little class, I just want to invite you to ask any questions that you have. Okay. I think this is the time for questions. So I'm here to answer anything that you have around it. And if you don't have any questions, I'm just gonna teach a bit about how this works, and then we'll go into the practice. When you go into the practice, I'm just gonna get in a comfortable spot. You can lay down, all right? You can just get really, really comfortable. Allow yourself to go into the experience, allow yourself to relax. Sometimes, and one reason why I do a replay is sometimes there is two things that commonly happen. One, you might fall asleep during the practice, and that happens when your unconscious and subconscious are getting a lot of work done on it. And why we go into this sleep state is because if we're thinking, if we're processing, if our frontal lobe for your conscious brain is working, it blocks that. So if you fall asleep in this, that's okay. Totally fine. Just trust the process. You can redo it again and again to get to the place where you can integrate on all levels. When you don't fall asleep, your brain might do the opposite and just be thinking and trying to control the situation and analyzing it. I want you to recognize this analyzing, thinking, directing brain that we have, and notice that this is about building trust, not necessarily trust in me, but trust within yourself, right? And so you might go through this practice the first time and be analyzing it and be trying to direct it, or what's happening, or trying to get something from your inner children and like figure it out and figure out the how. And that is going to stop the integration from fully being able to happen, because you're thinking about it and forcing it, and we just can't do that. But it does build trust. So if that happens, it's okay. Know that your brain is beginning to trust this process and wants to know everything that I'm going to say and exactly how I say it, and is it in agreement with it. And especially when you're going through childhood stuff and childhood trauma, this is good. It's okay. So then just do the practice a couple times and until you can relax into it and go into the experience without expectation. Which brings me to how ideally I want you to invite yourself to go into this experience. So the first part of going into this experience is to set an intention. So I'm going to set an intention for the experience now as well. And I asked you to set the intention at the beginning and when you came on. And so your intention is that subconscious, like, okay, I'm here to explore this idea. So my intention is to show up fully, to see that precious little part of you that is really the wisest part of you, and to allow you to not have to pick apart or go through the memories anymore, but to glean like this deep relationship with your innocence, with your fun, with your freedom, with your power of choice, with your true power, and be a guiding light for you to have this experience and get to know yourself on a new level. And so my intention is to show up fully to serve you, to be of service, and to be a guide for you to find you, for you to just connect with you. So it's easier for you to make decisions. It's easier for you to trust yourself. It's easier for your body to trust itself. And that's my intention. Yay. So the next piece of this is like, how does this work? So, ask yourself, do you believe in the power of prayer? Do you believe in prayer? Maybe. So if you do believe in the power of prayer, then this is about, that's a great example. Another example that isn't prayer is, do you believe that you can think about somebody or something and then have them react, right? Like have them call you. Have you ever been thinking about a friend and then the friend calls you? This is really an explanation of like, we are all interconnected, and there's a space around us that is bigger than time and space. There's a space around us that is more connected than our logical minds, and that has influence over us. And so understanding this is really important, because a lot of hypnosis, a lot of what we're going to do right now is beyond the logical mind. It's beyond the physical form, right? Another thing is, do you have memories? So Shanice is like, I'm not going to participate. Okay, so do you have memories? If you have memories, then memories is live in your body, right? So if you have a memory and then you react, like you have maybe you smell a smell and it draws you into this thought pattern that's a memory, and then your body feels something. You have this integration, this feeling in your body. Your body stores memory. Your memories aren't stored in your brain necessarily. They're stored in your body. And so we're going to acknowledge that memories are stored in our bodies. And when we acknowledge that our body is a big temple for all of our memories, for the emotion and the thoughts and the responses, then you can heal those memories in record time, because you have them right here in present moment, and there is no such thing as time. So hypnosis goes beyond space, which is like prayer, or your friend calling you once you thought of them, or something like that, and beyond time, which is your body is holding your memories. And until we release that energy of the memory, until we release the charge around it, it just stays alive. Once we make peace with our bodies, once we make peace with the memory, then healing takes place. And it's really just about being in flow, being okay with the memory, and being there. All autoimmune diseases are the body's fighting itself. The body's fighting itself. And when it comes to trauma, which is my specialty, this fighting of self, wanting things to change, wanting things to be different, wanting to like travel back in time and have a different reality with an experience or childhood, or have a childhood, we 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 act like there's this we act like there's space and time. And in reality, there's not really space and time. It's a fabrication that we have created in our reality in order to relate to one another. But when it comes to healing, people can heal in an instant. When this fight, this autoimmune disease, this fight, this wanting something to be different, this argument within self is released. So today, that is the intention, is to stop the argument with self, to bring acceptance, to find these pockets of memories within you, and utilize our own concept of time, working with the ages that we're going to integrate, that you've grown into. And you can do this. We're going to do it till the age of 21, but you can do this, for decades afterwards. Like, you can do this for yesterday. It doesn't have to be a child that we're doing it with. It can be any age. Okay. And going forward. And that's pretty much how this works. Hypnosis works with your theta brain. So we're going to get into a state of relaxation and a state of calmness. You want to invite yourself to relax into the experience, to trust into the experience. And like I said in the beginning, this might take a couple times doing it because you don't know what I'm going to say. Hey, sometimes the brain has to do it. Or you might go really deep into it and go into that sleep state, which is okay too. And afterwards, we'll just close out. And it takes about an integration period of 3 days. And then most people feel a shift of some sort, usually related to their intention, but sometimes it's beyond that intention, about day 12. And then there's something pretty miraculous that happens after those 40 days. And these are all just spiritual numbers and spiritual awareness that happen. Okay. And so as you write down in your journal your intention for this practice, I want you to take a moment and write down any ages where maybe you had some trauma or that you really want to focus on or you really, really love. And there's nothing more that you need to do about it. All right. Your brain might want to tell the story or do something. Just acknowledge that you know what happened during those ages and that you're ready to integrate these memories into your life of acceptance. It's less about changing. We can't travel back in time and change the memory, right? But we can travel back in time and accept what happened and bring love to that memory. So the effects of that memory hurting you physically, mentally, or emotionally, or recreating in your environment again and again and again and again, so you can relive it or make it better or solve some fictional problem, can be released, and you can then have a new path. You can have a new reaction. You can have a new relationship with your future. And the body itself, the physical body, the mental body, and the emotional body themselves, as well as your environment, will shift on the timeline from this practice. So you go back to that memory, bring it to acceptance, which is the intention of today. You integrate it back into your world because, well, it happened, you survived, you're okay. You release the brain from trying to solve the problem or relive it or make sense of it, the why. And then really, it's kind of amazing that from that moment in time, maybe a 7-year-old, your body starts rewriting the script. And I think that's what takes the 40 days and 40 nights. And so I hope that this is a beautiful experience. Do you have any questions before we jump in to start? Yes, no.
Not that I can think of. I might ask you later, but that's okay.
Okay. Yeah, you can. Okay. So I'm going to turn on this music. This is called Creating Your Story. If you have some water next to you, which I didn't bring mine up, so I'll use my coffee, can bless your water. So the water that you drink today through this experience is going to be so powerful, because that intention of wholeness, of integration, of love, of acceptance, of gratitude for self, gratitude for who you are, gratitude for the experiences that you get to shift and change. Like, you can just bless the water with love, with gratitude, and with absolute receiving that anything that you need, and if you believe in prayer, like anything that you need and you require that is to replace what is released mentally, physically, or emotionally, is just instilled in vibration in this water, so your body can recalculate, can get all the minerals, all the needs that you want. So it's going to come into this water, come into this drink with clarity, with frequency, and with vibration for you. And so as you drink this water, and any water going forward that you feel like blessing, you just continue filling up, because once we release any negativity, we're just going to fill up on all the beauty of that is. Okay, so whenever you're ready, go ahead and take a sip and then get comfy, and we will start.